Hey YouTube, Papa Doge Motor Reviews here with the brand new 2021 Honda CRF250F air-cooled single cylinder 4-stroke engine. It is fuel injected, which is nice. Has a turn key and a push button start, which is great. And has a kill switch, and it comes with a fuel light, which is also great because if you don't pay attention to your gas, it'll help you out. Another thing I realized I had to get pretty quickly was a hour timer, which is pretty easy to install. You just wrap the wire around your spark plug cable, and then you either drill it into a bracket or into your frame, which I don't recommend, so I just actually adhered it, and it's actually sticking pretty good. And until that stops working, I'm going to leave it like that because there isn't a really great place to mount it. Alright, well, Merry Christmas to me. I've got this nice new dirt bike. Let's do a little test run around the neighborhood. It's not super loud, but you know what? I like that because I'm going around. No one's going to complain about how loud a dirt bike is. Something. Do some mountain woodland trails with my buddy Roy. The reviews that I've seen so far of this bike, the pegs are a little small. My grown-up sized feet are having a hard time staying on the pegs, but Sasquatch fan. I don't want to necessarily say I think that Sasquatch exists, but I hope it does, because I think Sasquatch is fucking awesome. And if I get stationed in Washington State next, I might spend my days making documentaries or mockumentaries, YouTube videos, looking for Sasquatch, halfway hoping to find Sasquatch, or really just trying to have a good time with my kids. Back to the house. This is so much fun. I didn't really want to buy a new bike. I wanted to buy a used bike. I really sneaking what I liked on Facebook Marketplace and other places. A lot of them were beat to shit, or they wanted too much money, or they were like bikes that were also plated on the street. I didn't really want to deal with getting a full-blown street enduro, and plus I've already had an enduro, and honestly I prefer it to not be plated because it's lighter, it's more purpose-built for what I'm using it for. You know what I found with a lot of those dual sport bikes, including the CRF250F that I had, was that it wasn't particularly good on the street or on the trails. It kind of okay at both, but not, I mean, it didn't handle super great on the street because of the knobs, but the knobs weren't knobby enough to be like a really good dirt bike either. And then also it wasn't fast enough to get on the highway and like commute, which is what I was using it for at the time. I was a specialist and I just didn't have enough money for 2 cars, so I would use my motorcycle as a second vehicle for going to work. And my wife and our kids would use pickup truck I had, 2012 Tacoma. I don't have it anymore because I ended up getting a minivan for it. So that's a story for another time. Currently, my wife has her own car, and I have a truck, and I have a Harley, and I have a dirt bike just for dirt biking. And I feel pretty freaking great about that. You know? And anyway, long story short, I went with this new Honda because, you know, it's a little more money than I wanted to pay. Got it for about $5,500 or so out the door, somewhere around there. But, you know, I know exactly what's been done to it. Nothing. I know take it out into the middle of the desert with my buddy Roy that are not going to break down because my bike's a piece of shit. Wasn't serviced for a long time. You know, I'm pretty meticulous about how I maintain my vehicles too. So I do my own services. I always look at the manufacturer schedules for when to do maintenance and how to do maintenance. So that's the other thing. Like this Honda, if I take care of it, my kids will be riding it when they're 15 or maybe a little bit younger for my oldest boy, because he is bigger, physically bigger than his sister, who's actually older than him. But yeah, I'd like this Honda to be in the family for a long time. And I like it. I just like it. I like the character. I like how easy it is to ride. A few people who review the bike said it was heavy, but you know, I'm used to riding a 700-pound Harley Lowrider S. So I'm also not a small man. I weigh about 200 pounds or so, depending on how much beer I drink that month. And this bike is very light to me. I don't have any problem lifting it up or putting it in my truck or handling it on a trail. This thing is fucking great. Oh. That was awesome. Well, this concludes another Papa Doge Motor Review adventure. Live free, stay wild.